explain please. It is very small. Can you enlarge it? It is very small. Can you enlarge it? Okay, I would like to share a few things. One is, everyone will be aware of Tenali Raman. Tenali Raman, who is known for his sense of humor and presence of mind. So once he was having breakfast with the king, and what was served was lady's finger as a sabji. And the king was highly impressed by the dish, and the king said, what a fine dish it is. What a fine vegetable it is. And Tenali Raman said, yes, all intelligent people, they prefer lady's finger only. So hearing this discussion, the people in the catering department, they decided there's something called the impression management. That's what most of the government officials do. The only thing they do is how they know the art of impressing the superiors. So whoever is superior, even minister, these people know what are the things to do to impress them. So similarly, to impress the king, the catering department started cooking, lady's finger in all items. So 4 or 5 days went, and every 3 times the king was forced to eat lady's finger. So at last he got fed up on the 4th or 5th day, and he said, what a nonsense this. Lady's finger is irritating. Then Tenali Raman said, yes, only fools used to eat lady's finger. But I don't know why they are serving to you. You are an intelligent king and such a powerful person. So, mistakenly, this catering department, they have added lady's finger. Then the king tried to trap Tenali Raman. Oh, Tenali Raman, you said 4 or 5 days back, intelligent people only eat lady's finger, and now you are saying only fools prefer lady's finger. You have changed your stance. And at that time, Tenali Raman said, yes sir, only you are paying my salary, not this lady's finger. So, the logic is, the lady's finger is a concept. It's a research. But unfortunately, the researchers are forced to be in tune with the paymasters. That's what is happening in most of the government services, most of the institutional researches. So, even while handling the research, they will say they are expecting this type of results. So only the genuinity, credibility, reliability of research has gone low. And it's very rare that somebody stand and say this is wrong. So that is it. Siran, can you enlarge the PPT? It's very small.
Okay, sir. Let me check, sir. Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, this is fine. These are the things we are going to cover, and reporting. So, search, find, process, present, receive feedback. But unfortunately, what are the researches we are doing, reports we are writing, we don't get feedback. Most of the people, they are not interested also. The moment they are awarded with something or they get the payment, they almost forget it. The research is an infinity contribution to the social development or even the professional development. So with that in mind, we have to get into the research. Siraj, I am not able to see the PPT. So again, I will tell you regarding the honesty and integrity. Everyone knows Mahabharata, and before declaring war, Duryodhana went to Sahadevan, one of the members in Pandavas team, and that person, Sahadevan, is known for his astrological capabilities, and Duryodhana requested him to set the date for starting the war. And he expected if I started on this day, I should win. So Sahadevan, with all his calculations, he said, this is the day. If you start the war, you will win. So this is what? The honesty and integrity. Even though he is an enemy, even though he is fighting against you, the professional commitment is more important than personal commitment. And again, I will tell you something on technical way of reporting. See, in olden days, we don't know the quality of the astrologers, but these people were most wanted by the kings. Whenever there is a problem, there is an issue, they used to call the astrologers and they will be foretelling all this. But the most difficult question for an astrologer is, if the queen is pregnant, the king will say whether it is female child or male child. Nowadays scanning is available, but anyway, in those days, that's a tricky question, and unfortunately, if you lie, you will be getting caught within say 3 or 4 months. So what is tricky astrologers will do is, they will say definitely you will get a male child. No doubt, 100% bilkul you will get a male child. And all this incentives, rewards, it will be pouring on the astrologer. And on the fine day, it is like Judgment Day. On Judgment Day, if suppose a female child was born, then immediately king will ask, get hold of that astrologer. And that fellow will be now shakingly coming to the palace. And the king will be shouting at him. But the astrologer said, I am very sorry, king. I already knew that the baby is a female baby. But I don't want to disappoint your hope. So what I did was, the original my judgment, I have put it in a secret place in your garden. If you want, you can check it up. It is there, where the original verdict is. And the king will order to get that verdict. If the verdict cleanly written, it's a female. So nowadays, most of the judgments are like that. But anyway, this is what technically reporting. It's like a balancing. So next slide, please. Siraj, next slide. Yeah, so this we usually get it The data collection is okay. How you conclude a research and what kind of recommendation you give. For example, an agency was asked to carry out a research in an island for an opportunity to launch a shoe product. But this research team went there and they were not able to see any person using shoes. So the first conclusion, no chance of launching shoes because nobody is aware of shoes. So that was the first conclusion. The conclusion 2 is company can launch shoes because no competition, there's no competition and easy diffusion in the market is probable. So for the same data, same value, how you logically recommend? Since nobody uses, you can say totally unaware, so market potential is zero. The other aspect is no one uses, no competitors, there is chance of 100% potential. So this is what it is like half empty, half filled. So how you take and so only before suggesting you should have some idea about the capability of the company who are going to use your research recommendations. That's very important. The next is like this. Siraj, next slide. Siraj, next slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And yeah. So this is our politicians. Even in a multi-corner contest, any candidate, suppose they are asking someone, what is the chance of we winning the election? All people says, this time margin will be more than 25,000, sir. Everywhere there is a swing, there is a wave. And what happens is, unfortunate candidate will sell all the property and use in the election, and when results come, he will be in the 4th or 5th position, not even able to get his deposit amount. So this is what false reporting. And if you are not very clear, so you will be driven out by these waves. So should be very careful on this. The next is like this. Next slide.
Sir, it takes 1 or 2 slides time.
Yeah, this is what, see, you can see the style of reporting. These are the famous reporting when Gandhi was shot at. And see, when you critically analyze these reports, the intention, the preference, the nature of the reporting newspaper will be understood. But so for example, Washington Post, it says Gandhi assassinated, 50 died in Bombay riot. So this is very vague quote, and whether Washington Post has done justice in this heading. So there are some newspapers in Tamil Nadu, they sell because of that sensitive headings. It's social injustice, but it is about market. Most of the digital media do that. Somehow create a sensation. So my question is, why there should be unnecessary sensation in this society, irrelevant sensation in this society? So this is what, and even Pakistan Times better reporting. And so this is what it is. So next slide, please. So I want you to go through the various historical reporting and try to get some essence from that. So next slide, please. Siraj, next slide. Yeah, this is when Hitler committed suicide. So to my understanding, even Hitler death was better presented than Gandhi's death. So that is what. So it's very clear, and the message is he died, and the responsibility passed on to the next person, and he says we'll continue the war. Wait few days, but clear. No controversies, no abuses, and you can say, see, nobody wants to defame Hitler. Nobody said suicide. Nobody said a dictator, Nazi dictator, the coward who committed suicide. So it's well placed. So next slide, please. Siraj, next slide.
Yes, sir.
So this is bombardment in a hospital in Palestine, Gaza Strip, the wars going on. And see the reporting style. So in 21st century, we have become so diplomatic, so civilized, and the reality can be buried. So this is one side, and bomb, blast, who was responsible, or nothing said. But this is what, and the Boston Globe says, both sides are pointing fingers for each other. At least Boston Globe was able to tell the conflict. But others, safely, they have hidden. So this is what happening in reporting system. So next slide, please. Siraj.
Yes, sir.
Here, reporting a reality. The reporting is presenting a reality in a refined way so that the reader would have a clear understanding of the reality. But that should be the focus of any reporting. And along with that, it is a report also is like a bomb. And we should know where it is going to reach. And you cannot say after that, no, I was not aware the real impact or whatever it is. So only we say even words are more dangerous than weapons. So whenever you report, I will tell you a simple example. Everybody will know the Tamilian problem in Sri Lanka. And somehow the false report given by certain officials created a disconnect between Sri Lankan Tamilians and our union law. And what happened? False reporting. And it ended up with we losing our prestige. So this is what it is. So fair reporting we should do. An exercise like this. Yeah, functions of a report. What is it should be informative, and a report should clearly explain its findings, and it should give some ideas about how to handle the problem. So this is what it should give a direction. So this is what the functions of a report. It is not you telling whatever you observe, or whatever you predict, or whatever you feel. That is not needed. So what is needed is set of information, a set of genuine findings, and some constructive suggestions to solve the problem. Nevertheless, a lot of report comes out to kindle the society, to create some burning. That's not needed. But that is the purpose. The next slide, please. That next slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So types of report depends on the delivery, oral or written reports, or by length, short, long format report. Next slide. These are types of report. There are some 7 or 8 types. So next slide you can run through. So the letter report, schematic report, memo report, printed form report. Next slide please. And preliminary report, interim report. Again, see, I have seen lot of interim reports. Too ambitious to conclude. So what's the hurry? Please understand. I have never seen somebody asking for more information before they conclude. So why you want to jump into pollution? You are not able to confirm it, or if you don't have evidences, substantial evidences to make a strong claim. Nothing wrong in asking for more information or going for more data collection. The interim report should be not conclusive. And periodic report, final report, an information report, analytical report, memo, routine report, letter report, and eyewitness report, all this. So each thing has got a character, it has got the purpose, and it has got the style. So that you should keep it in your mind. The next is like this. Siraj, next slide. Now, the quality of a good report. One is integration, unity. So everything should fit in. And clarity is the key. I will tell you one observation. There's a high standard book on consumer behavior. So we can say that is the best book available in the world on consumer behavior. And it was written by Skipman. So it may be around 700 pages. 700 pages, he's been talking about so many theories, so many models, Fishbein model, that impact model, tri-component model, this, that, everything. And the conclusive statement of the report will be, whatever may be the theories, models, past experiences, research works, unfortunately, it is not possible to predict consumer behavior accurately. Consumer behavior is dynamic and time-based. But that one, so many 700, so he had the wisdom to say that inconclusive. But that we should have. So clarity should be there. The consumers are always moving target. And I have seen so many marketing professionals saying, I know the pulse of it. But it is not human pulse which moves in a standard frequency. Market pulse, it loops. So next slide please. Accuracy, conciseness, and accuracy again. See, for example, if somebody asks the height of Sirajuddin, I can say it may be 172, 173 centimeters. And if somebody asks, oh no, you should be very accurate, give it in millimeter also. I said, are you mad? So accuracy should not be too much. In engineering we say, under quality is a mistake and over quality is a crime. Because over quality is going to cost the company so much of money. So too much accuracy is not needed. So please understand. And because I've seen some people give their marks in fractions, 68.22223. What it is? What is wrong in saying 68 or 69? Not an issue. But they want to make it more precise. Not needed. Because I still remember in one of the US court, there was someone called white liars. White liars, they go as witness and they know how to give fake information as if it is 100% true. So the judge was asking when, so you were the witness, yes. Did you saw the murder? Yes sir, very much, very much. Did you saw this person? Yes sir. And the judge asked, okay, how far you were there when the crime was committed? And this fellow said, sir, it was 5 meters and 23 centimeters. The distance between me and the murdered person location. Then the judge got puzzled. The judge asked, how can you say in such an accurate way? Then this witness will say, sir, I know sir, some fool will ask later, how far you were there. So I had the preparation. So after the murder, I measured the distance so that I want to be more prepared, sir, more careful. So this is what it is. So too much of accuracy is not needed. Conciseness is very important. Precise. Because precise reduces, please understand, lengthy, so much of writing, and you may think that I am trying to justify, I am trying to establish. No, the more you write, there is scope for confusion. So be very precise, concise. So next slide please. Siraj, next slide. We got carried away by that witness. So next slide.
Yes, sir.
It's not moving. And again, when I was doing a research on Amirganja, I was able to come across the table. The 32% of potential customers, they like the smell of Amirganja. And 45% of potential customers, they don't like the smell of the Amirganja paint. So the conclusion I made at the time I was a student was Amirganja should change its smell. Because 45% they don't like the smell. Suppose if they change the smell, then we can tap 45 in addition. But my boss, he said, see, 32% is preferred. They prefer this smell. Okay. But if you change this smell, this 32, how much they will leave the brand. And whatever the new smell, you cannot expect all 45% will like this smell. So if only 15% like the smell, then the entire brand building will collapse. So only don't get carried away by the numbers. I want you to understand the functionality of all these numbers. So that is very, very important. Siraj, next slide. Siraj?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next slide, please.
Sir, is it okay? Step to write a report effectively.
The next one. Yeah. Not moving. Yes, Siraj?
Yes, sir. Moving, sir.
I am not able to get it. It's the third and fourth. Try to make it.
Just a moment, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. So one is, it should be well organized and very comprehensive, and it should reflect the quality of work. Because I have seen, especially in my previous department, they focus on review of literature, they focus on experiments and recording of experiments. But in giving a report, in analysis part, they don't use statistical tools. They will just use percentage analysis. So that is injustice. When you have put in more effort, put more effort on analytical part also. And that also, and the quality of report should be, it should be easy, readable, and it should highlight what they are looking for, and it should be very concrete. Don't you somehow, you can also, not like that, put it, how to give concrete, how to give concrete information, and it should be complete also. So these things, Siraj, go to next. normal sentence and how to make it more concrete, more complete, more concise. Because this, say, whenever I carry out language workshops, I used to conduct programs on that, test on that. So this is the statement. So why don't you make it complete? Why don't you make it more precise? Why don't you make it more concise? Why don't you make it more professional or diplomatic? Well, I want you to practice this. The next slide, please. This is steps to write a report effectively. So this is so. Wherever you go, the problem is the key. If there is no problem, no research. So you have to recognize and define the problem. And again I tell you, for example, the sale of a specific brand has gone down by 25%. And you are asked to do a research. So the problem is the reduction in sales by 25%. That's what half of researchers will write. But actually, sales decline is not a problem. It's a symptom of a problem. It is like getting fever. The temperature going 2 degree, 3 degree up. It's not a problem. It's a symptom of some problem inside. The real problem may be hidden. So that we should define the problem and purpose. The moment you are able to define, but I want you to really practice the art of defining. Because from our school days, in almost all question papers, we come across define friction, define inflation. And what is the difference between define inflation and the question what is inflation? Anybody wants to differentiate what is defined inflation and what is inflation? Both same, but they are going to give you only 2 marks. Whether you define it, even the question is define inflation, and the question is what is inflation. So, what's the difference between this question? Any idea? Sometimes we get right short notes on. Okay, I'll go ahead. So, knowledge domain. So whenever we talk about knowledge, we say wide knowledge. Keep your receiving antenna so wide to capture all information. But knowledge should be wide. Intelligence should be sharp. Intelligence should converge. So, for example, when somebody say what is inflation, It is to test your knowledge on inflation. I can write 3 sentences, 4 sentences. But when somebody say define inflation, it is to test your intelligence in inflation. For example, everybody can talk so much about watch, but somebody asks you define watch, but define pen, define paper, define table, define book. So talking about is okay, knowledge domain is okay, but your ability to define. So yesterday I was talking about comprehensive skill, your ability to converge. For example, a watch can be defined as an electronic wristwear showing time. So, watch, which area it is related, how it is different from parallel products, and what is the functionality. So, as a researcher, I want you to every day as a habit to define mobile, define laptop. So that if you are able to do it habitually, then automatically you will be comfortable in defining process, or you will be having inbuilt mechanism to convert knowledge into intelligence. So that is what. So please try to do that. And developing hypothesis, defining terms clearly, determining the target audience, selecting a method solution. Then these things we have already discussed. But one thing is having some idea about what is going to be the functional value of report, because whenever somebody hand over any report for evaluation, we used to ask a simple question: what is the value of your report? They will say, sir, the 10,000 rupees are printing charges, typing charges, data collection. We will say 10,000 is the cost of your report. I am asking what is the value? Academic value, or commercial value, or social value. So that we should have some idea, because we will be discussing something on writing proposals, project proposals, where cost-benefit analysis, costing, and justification of deliverables, it plays an important role. The next slide, please. Siraj, next slide.
Yes, sir.
So only in economics we call it utility value. The utility value is not the cost. Utility value is not only the monetary value to the customer. It talks about the value, the level of satisfaction. All this is utility. So, say psychological utility, physical utility, commercial utility, Siraj, you can go. These are business report and engineering report. Almost same templates, same contents. You can go through it. The next slide. So the moment you are able to write 3 or 4 reports efficiently with your comfortable in writing, reporting language, and your ability to use highly, we can say, accurate, precision quality words, diplomatic words, professional words, then writing a report will be very easy. So again, elements, the structure of report, cover page, title page, certificate, acknowledgement, all this, introduction, discussion, conclusions, these are the part. Of course, there are some optional things you can add on. But the template structure is not there. This is very easy to get. But how to place the content? How to convert the research problem into researchable, quantitative exercise? And how to process this data capture into high quality recommendations? So this is what it is, but these things are formalities. It is like if the moment you are very comfortable with driving your car, then these are so many types of roads that can be done. So how good you are comfortable in driving the car matters. The next is like this. Because nowadays each funding agency, they give their own templates. So these things more or less same. You can use it and how the subheadings are there. The next is like this. Siraj, next is like
Yes, sir.
the technical report structure, they again more or less same. The next is like this. Siraj, next is like
Yes, sir.
so we'll be going into some specific cases, and I want you to give your, but this is what it is. So the happening is 3 persons died and 4 injured. The injured are hospitalized. The car clashing with a truck. So this is, the happening is, there was an accident, a car colliding with a truck. 3 persons died and 4 injured. The injured are hospitalized. This is the incident. So what are the reporting options? Report 1, a fast moving car collided with a big truck. 3 persons including a young girl died on the spot. The injured are rushed to nearby hospital. This is one type of reporting. Reporting to again, like a fast moving car banged the heavy moving truck. 3 persons pathetically died on the spot, including a 9-year-old beautiful girl. The injured are carried to the nearby hospital for immediate treatment. This is more emotional. But actually, The report should be there was an accident in which a car collided with a truck. The casualty was 3 persons and other 4 persons were taken to hospital. So this is what the report 3 is the most diplomatic. See, somehow by banging psychological impressions, emotionalizing, sensitizing, it has created a lot of unrest in the society where everybody is furious. I'll tell you one data in Trichy district. Here I know the source. 79% of, you can say, minor fighting or some 2 people hitting each other. 79% takes place between unknown people. So they have never met, no vengeance, vendetta, nothing. So they interacted, a small issue, this fellow ego telling something, this fellow ego telling something, and they beat each other. 79% of cases. So this is what happened. Somehow that violence is put into the people's mind, or even small things. Okay. So this is again a situation, you are chased by a dog and you could climb over the compound wall and could protect yourself. This is the essence. So report 1, one day a dangerous mad dog attacked me. I will know it is a mad dog. Okay. And I was running to save my life. The dog almost had me, but I was able to jump over the compound wall and could save my life. Like, come on. You want to create something out of it. That's what so many media do here. Again, report 2, a big black dog attempted to kill me. I sprinted fast and the dog was chasing wildly. I felt my life is gone. And by God's grace, I was able to mount on a compound wall and could save myself. Okay? This is not done. When you are reporting, keep away all your emotions. Keep away that I, that self, not needed, irrelevant. You are not going to prove your intelligence or personality in reporting. Your report should speak. So whenever Tendulkar was criticized by media for poor form or whatever it is, the Tendulkar will say, my back will speak. Similarly, your report should speak. Not that I am a big person, I am this, I like this. No. So, fair reporting, report 3. One day I was followed by a dog. I started to run. The dog was chasing. I was able to climb over a compound wall and was able to manage the situation. It is only managing the situation. It's an ordinary thing. So you should know how to reveal things in a passive mode. But don't try to create zoom up, emotional zoom up not needed. That is more important. The next slide, please. Siraj, next slide.
Yes.
And when I want you to do a habitual practice. So in a daily newspaper, mostly ill things will be reported. And it will be reported in a sensitized way. And every day I want you to take up the heading, refine it, make it more polite, more passive, and more social contribution. To develop that within 2 or 3 weeks, you will become the best reporter. So you can try that always. The next slide, please. The moment you are able to understand your responsibility, understand how this report is going to disturb directly or indirectly the social harmony, definitely you will become a responsible reporter. So that's the idea. The next slide, please. Yeah, this is what I want you to exercise professional writing. Where previous. See that? Previous one.
Okay, sir.
Go to previous. Yes, Siraj. Go to previous one.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah. So this is what the observation. So Kumar said, I will kill you. Kumar said, you idiot, get lost. The manager said, I will go to court against you. And the supplier said, I will kill you. Kumar said, no other woman in the world is more beautiful. And Usha said, you are the most brave man in this world. Nowadays people don't price locally or state-wise, district-wise or even country-wise. They go for world best leader. That zoom up is a problem. So these things are reported and unknowingly such hypes are planted in the subconscious mind of youngsters and people. So they react. At a certain point of time, their entire character will be like that. So furious, so arrogant, so disturbing, and showing aversion towards other set of people. And always reactive mind, poor listening. All this is headache to society. But you should know how to diplomatically, professionally report something. The next slide, please.
Yes, sir.
So Kumar said he would endanger someone's life. Kill. That is more dosage, high dosage. Instead you can say endanger. And Kumar said, instead of calling idiot, you can say you are slow in understanding. So Kumar said he was slow in understanding, and instead of saying get out or go out, get lost, you can say you can leave the place. So this is what diplomatic, professional way. Because whenever I ask someone, some student to write some sentences of their own, I could see that lot of non-diplomatic words are being used unknowingly by the person. So only I want you to practice what is diplomatic or professional way of addressing. Again, the manager said he would go for legal initiative. So saying, I'll go to court. I'll put you in prison. That is very emotional. But logic, the reporters report, it bothers about only logic, not a zoom up how much furious that person was, how much emotion. All this is not needed. End of the day, what is the logic in it? What is the information? So, the manager said he would go for legal initiative against the supplier. And supplier threatened Kumar's life, that's all. Not I will kill you, this, that. But don't plant arrogant and violent words. The only Buddha said, it is better not to see such things, not to hear such things. That is very important. Nowadays, the entire society is bombarded with all these violent words. So at least from now, I want you to use passive, soft, diplomatic, professional words, even in your normal writing. And again I tell you that Leo movie, a superstar, this whole world was backwards. It's a movie was released worldwide, okay. And it was appreciated by his family, no other no. And other movie watchers also appreciate. This is the simple fact. But zoom up is superstar, number one in the world, this, that, huge collection, this, that. And today I saw that one of the fans of Vijay, he got married in the cinema theater itself. And our media proudly presents. And nobody filed a case against those people saying it challenges the Hindu marriage system. But these things nobody will, because they want some votes from Vijay. So this is what happened. And please, and whenever you have an opportunity to write something to the reporter or editorial, please pass on. And please use passive and non-sensitive words. That is more important. The next slide, please. And I also want you to practice these things, because unknowingly, yes, everything you capture from the society, from others, and you will be using it without knowing the real impact or real danger, real poison inside that word. So I want you to double check your statements and whatever you express. Because as a gardener says, these words, these powerful words are infectious. Just like that it will be going in. So get the diplomatic words and try to focus on logic behind the information. Even if the reality is dirty and vulgar, it is our social responsibility to present the facts in a consumable, cultural and harmless way. That's the topic. Because all journalists will say, I have reported the reality. But you have damaged the social harmony. It is not you being right. You being contributing to the social harmony. That's very important. In the name of creating sensitivity in the society, we are planting seeds of poison, hatred, violence, criminal tendencies, and barbaric mindset to the people. Kindly don't do that. For reporting, you should always keep it in your mind. Any written communication, any written or oral communication in the digital media, I want you to be more responsible. The next slide, please. Your writing style, yeah, always don't use I and all, or you and all. So communication should be impersonal, third person, singular, past tense, we should use it and use proper tenses, use accurate nouns and pronouns. We give a very passive and crystal clear words, and don't assume that whatever words you use. And another trap is, see, whenever you use a word, you should know who is your target. And depending on that, you have to use. I'll tell you one example. The word ego. So ego to common man is a mindset that stands as an obstacle for an individual to socialize or mingle with the society. That is ego. That pride or that status oriented, that stays as an obstacle, and it will not allow you to mingle with society. You call it ego. But in psychology, ego means normal state of it. We are expected to work in ego state. When we say karma yoga, that is ego state. The ego for psychiatrist is different. Ego for common man is different. Similarly, whenever you say system for an IT person, it means computer. But system has got multiple meaning depending upon the area a person comes from. So that you have to understand. And so only whenever you use a word, try to define it. Defining make clarity and proper documentation. And ensure, see, for example, always there may be small, you can say small mistakes, small spelling mistakes. Everything is good, but aligning problems. But the thing is, the specific mistake is not a problem. It's a report. But what is the problem is, if you are so careless in preparing the report, then how you will be trusted that you have done a Paka research? That will be questioned. If somebody comes late for the class, the 10 minutes is not an issue. The issue is whether that person has got time management technique or whether that person sincerely values the class or whether that person has got involvement with the course. It is not 10 minutes. It is something behind it. So please understand that. The next slide, please. And don't be too technical, especially in abstract and introduction part. You need not be too technical. Except the executive summary and other areas, you try to target the common person. The next slide, please. Siraj, the next slide. Yeah, this is abstract. The abstract, so aim objectives, some brief on methodology, some recommendations, scope and limitations. But nowadays, previously it was written one page. Nowadays they have made it half page. Okay, aim and objectives, some into two or three lines on methodology, 2 lines on scope, and 1 or 2 recommendations. Enough. But the abstract is a self-advertisement for your project or proposal or whatever it is. So the key components. And don't go for very lengthy sentences because abstract is for a common person. For example, the owner of a company may be a normal person. He may not be a technical person. But he may have that problem. He may be interested in the research. He may fund the research. But if you are too technical, then it's very difficult. Because nowadays, we are living in the informative way where even if you stuck somewhere, you skip and go for other. So try to be more conducive, and your abstract should enhance, should plant interest on the reader to go through the entire book. Or if it's a proposal, it should be a hook to sanction the project proposal. So that's what it is. So please understand, it is not mere putting across information. It is not mere exhibiting your language. I want you to focus on the functionality of this. Then abstract, what is the functional role it is going to play and whether your abstract is doing it. Simple. So try to be more effective. So there's aim, objective, scenario, research methodology, outline, scope, tentative conclusion. Next slide please. Siraj, next slide. Siraj?
Yes, sir.
Next slide. Yeah, you are running short of time. Yeah, this is what should be informative, should be descriptive, should be very critical. You try to conduct, and it should create some hook for the reader to go through the entire project. The next slide please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah, so one I want to say, that this is what so academic. But okay, so my thing is, you know the headings. One is abstract, aim should be there. There should be one aim. So aim, most of the time, 90% is a single sentence. Objectives, 3 to 5. Objectives also single sentence. So one sentence, suppose 5 objectives, 6 sentence. Scenario, maximum 3 sentences. Like that you plan the content. So these are the essentials, like your checklist. You put this should be there. Then observe that, then go for a fluent writing. That will be better. So ensure that all aspects of the abstracts and the abstract, after abstract you go for executive summary. In most of the cases executive summary may be 2 to 3 pages, and it is a technical explanation and justification of the contents of abstract. So what are the contents of abstract? Again, aim, objectives, methodology, scope, limitations, and also the recommendations and conclusion. But in executive summary, because executive summary is for corporate people most of the time, so they will be looking for 2 things: cost benefit analysis and deliverables. Okay, objectives are okay. Recommendations are okay. Whether it is deliverable, suppose a company spends 5 lakh rupees on a project and you have assured so many objectives, whether it is delivered. And another thing is, whether there is an inside mechanism to ensure that the assured deliverables are achieved. So that is I still remember writing a proposal to Rotary Club of Australia, where we have asked, I think some 12 lakh rupees for digital library, digitalizing a school. But the funders, we have set objectives, so they were very keen on objectives taken, and you are saying this digital library is going to improve the academic performance of students. How to ensure that? Do you have any mechanism? Or do you have any previous research reports that shows the digital library, after subjecting a student to digital library, the academic performance has improved? By hearsay, you cannot write proposal. And international agencies and institutions, even UNO, UNESCO proposals, they will be focusing on the deliverables, how to monitor it and how to ensure that. But in our report writing, we don't bother about these deliverables. The aim, objectives, and recommendations of it. But recommendations, the deliverable, the value. So you have to have a deep understanding of the deliverables and value of the suggestions and the risk in implementing the suggestions. So both this. So this is executive summary. I think you can go through that. So next slide, please. Siraj, next slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is checklist. You can go through it. Next slide, please. But I think you can enlarge these things because it will be sent to you. You can enlarge and go through this checklist. And synopsis, the 10 to 15 pages. And again, it is more elaborate exhibition of your executive summary. And it's a mini project presentation. So these things, you can go through that. More or less same contents. Only there is some change in the structure. So this is paper writing. I tell you one advice. Because nowadays most of the institutions, they are asking for so many papers from the faculty members, and especially paper publication in magazines, research journals, that has got a huge impact factor. So one thing is, okay, that's one way. The first part is, whenever you go into Google to search for information, prior to it, you be very clear on the purpose of a paper or the research. And at least the purpose or problem domain or area of study and what are the dimensions you want to verify, and make it as 7 or 8 subheadings. And I want you to use Google to search subheadings, not the title. The macro search, if you go, it will take you to somewhere and you will be trapped somewhere and you cannot complete it. So first be clear on the tentative title, the problem domain, the possible A, then go into the headings and then you can do. The clarity on problem definition and aim, well-fabricated objective, clarity on scope and limitations, list of key components of the study, well-built research methodology, fabrication of research methodology with aim, objectives and hypothesis, and matching research methodology. This is very important. Research methodology and implementation of research process should match. And the research methodology should meet out the aim, objectives or hypothesis. If the two matchings takes place, then you can say it's a Pata report. And crystal clear, logical, realistic suggestions and recommendations. Specific. You cannot say the advertisement should improve. It is sweeping statements. Don't give general things. Be very specific. And avoid unnecessary word spending. Again I am telling you. Unnecessary word spending. The spending of words, unnecessary, irrelevant words, is going to dilute a concrete words you have been using. So only even advertisement, we go with one advertisement, one word, one message. Beautiful thing. But don't put too many heads. Then no chick will come. So that's what. Be very specific and research proposal structure. Again, you can go through it. Next is like this. And again I am telling you, whenever you write a research proposal or project proposal or solution proposal, whatever it is, somehow you have to bring in reliability, confidence on you. You may say, I have got 20 years experience, I am working so and so, and this, I have attended this and all want to. Whether you have some experience on similar problem solving or of your own, or you doing any research in that domain. That's what they will be looking for. So it is not a standalone activity. I am a professor, I am applying this proposal. If you give, I will go jump into that field and do research. No. Nobody wants that. I am already into this. I have been doing so many research works, presentations, publications in that area. But if you give me this, it's mutual benefit. My learning will get improved and you will be given better deliverables. So it is, I am okay, you are okay. Nobody begs for project. That's not done by any professional. But sure that. And bring in something, some confidence that it's an ongoing project for you. You are in the field. You are thinking about it. And whenever you give a proposal, the person who evaluates the proposal should be made to understand that you are already into the project and you have done some 15-20% of the project. You are able to create that impression. So it is not mere giving your profile and typing this, my name, I did this, no. For example, if I want to give a proposal for an IT firm for improvement of some system or a bank, okay, I'll say I want to give a proposal to improve the functioning of a bank. So first thing I should know is what is the present system and what are the challenges in the system and what is the system expected by the top management of the bank and how your solution or your expected solution is going to deliver. When you want to give a proposal, you have to ensure that you have already done at least 20% of work on the proposed project and your proposal statements, objectives, methodology should reflect your first-hand knowledge on that specific research. Otherwise, you will be gambling with proposals. So please understand that. But anyway, the contents are same. Again I am telling you. Some person talking about cricket, a non-player, he has seen cricket matches and he will be gossiping about cricket. Hey, what? 1 over 20 runs. Gettable only 3 sixes and 1 4, enough. But that fellow was not able to do that. He is not a cricketer at all. Yeah, that fellow don't understand what is cricket. But if some cricket player talking about the match, the ownership, understanding the practical difficulties in scoring 20 runs in an over. Okay, some matches won. Please understand that is exception. Minor probabilities. But what is common sense? Normal expected occurrence. Yes, 12 runs over or 10 runs over, 10 runs too safe. 12 runs, just get up. But anything above 12 runs, it's a risky taking. and you are going into low probable situations. Since you are an analyst, you are talking about what is the normal score, what is high risk score, what is low safe score, all this. But some mere fan of cricket, he may not know that. So only your proposal should create an impression that this is first-hand information. And I am discussing the real practical issues the other side is facing. So that you have to. The next is like this. Siraj, how much time I have?
Sir, another 10 minutes.
Yeah. The next slide, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is how it is evaluated, but I have given only 3 parameters. But usually there will be 7 to 10 parameters. One parameter may be the quality of investigator and the profile of the institution and the heterogeneity of members involved in this and the previous success of the team. All this, that somebody evaluate the cost, the logical methodology and clarity on aim and objectives. This is what on weights will be given. So it is always better to have some idea about the evaluation parameters. And more than that, especially in government proposals or some proposals by foundation, for example, M.S. Swaminathan Foundation or even Infosys Foundation or Ford Foundation or Bill Gates Foundation, whatever it is. Before giving proposal, go into their website and find out what are their areas of interest. There is something called corporate social responsibility. Or what are the key areas, aspects, issues. Infosys may be focusing on school education. Somebody may be focusing on coastal safety. Somebody may be focusing on women welfare. Somebody may be focusing on elder care. Somebody may be focusing on application. Somebody may be interested in pure research. So all this, go to their website and please go through the previous ongoing researches. They are funding. So one is vision, mission, the area of focus, and what are the ongoing projects. Have some idea. That is more important. The need. It is, see, I always say, don't do research for the sake of doing a research. Don't give a proposal for the sake of giving a proposal. Don't write paper for the sake of writing a paper. No, not for the sake of it. It should have functional utility. Cost is involved. Time is involved. Expertise are involved. So please go through that and understand the evaluation parameter. And most of the cases, they attach the evaluation score sheet also, how your proposal will be evaluated. Otherwise, search and find out. But more or less, again I tell you, they will be evaluating, one word, relevant. Whether that this proposal is relevant to my mission and priorities. That is very important. The next one is whether the institution or investigator or team has got the capability, credibility to carry out the research. Relevance, the team. Then only they will decide to go into the proposal. If this two filter is not clear, promote. So it is like GE. The moment they go for a research on any industry, 70% they will be into that industry. But if they go for intensive and go for global penetration strategy, again research work, 90% they will go into that. That is what it is. So I want you to understand who is the receiver, what are his priorities and focus, and what are the ways you can establish credibility. So that is more important. And then somehow you have to establish, justify that you are into that research. You have been doing similar or value-added researches in that same domain. Then they will be happy to give you a project. But this is what a cost-benefit analysis, more than cost-benefit analysis, the deliverables and how to validate or confirm the deliverable and what are the monitoring system you have. So that is what. The next slide please. So next slide, Siraj.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you can go through this PPT, elaborate, and again I tell you, there is something called the timing of your proposal. Because especially government or international institutions we should know what is the environmental situation around, what will be their priorities, and what is the right time to place your proposals. So it should be coherent. It's as simple as that. The timing of your cricketing shot decides whether it is a boundary or a sixer or out. Similarly, the timing when you are sending the proposal. And of course, luck also favors. Suppose an organization interested in 4 or 5 key areas, they may be asking for proposals, and in one specific domain there may not be competitors. So you may be lucky to get it. But to my idea, the obstacle is getting the first block. If you are able to get the first project, see, for example, already if your institution is handling many sponsored projects. Then highlight the institution name, bombard. So there I, investigator, not the clear. IIT, take it. Anna University, take it. VIT, take it. So the institution. So there you should be an organizational man. Suppose as an individual investigator you haven't got any project yet from the particular sponsoring agency, then ensure that you will be projecting your institution more than yourself. That is very, very important. And another thing is bang on. Suppose there will be a situation where you will be working in a private college, not an university, even in your institution, nobody might have got any project. Then go for the university. So hold on to somebody, some expert in the university, and try to bank on that university tag in the mind of the evaluator. Tag, go for to bring that person, that expert as the domain expert, co-investigator, or advisor, consultant, whatever. So somehow create a credibility. Even to go through your proposal, you have to clear these filters. Those filters are not clear, then you will not be in the evoke set or consideration, but you will be keep on sending proposals but no response. So again, in advertisement we say don't expect different results by doing same things. Another worst thing is multiple domain proposals sending to individual institutions. That is foolish. How can a researcher will do that multiple role and all? But on a same domain area you can send multiple proposals. Don't send multiple proposal in multiple domains to a single institution. So that is very, very important. So suppose you are targeting Infosys or targeting UNDP project or UNEP project or UNESCO project or Ford Foundation project. Go through that, their key priority areas, and somehow your expertise and their CSR, their focus, then the moment you get they are interested. For example, they are interested in village economy. Then in village economy you send 10 proposals. And that fellow will understand that this fellow is into that field. But one project you give in rural development, one on women equality, one on employment generation, one on that, you won't be getting anything. So don't try to bluff the institution, because nowadays IT driven, they can just search and find out all your proposals. They'll download and keep it. They will not say you are multiple talent. They will say you are jacking on. So no use of. So please stick to certain domains. And nothing wrong if you are technical or engineering or even mathematics. I want you to search for patterns in that field, marine engineering or coastal development or anything. You go search what are the patterns, international patterns. By going through that patterns, it will give you an idea about what are the hot areas of this research. Latest patterns. Or you can search any conferences and what are the topics, papers presented, or any collection. By going through the titles, it's very easy for you to come out with certain critical titles. With this critical title as your package, go into who are the people, who are the institution, who may be interested. Then search the website on their priorities. Then
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, it's time for, time for finances.
Yeah. So any question on that? Anyway, tomorrow we'll be going into the specific grants giving organization, institution, nationwide government, non-government, corporate, international bodies. We'll give you some idea about all this, but more than that, the thing is, it is not where you are going to play cricket. It is how you are going to play cricket. When you are confident of sending proposals, then it's very easy to, come out with tailor-made proposals. So I want you to measure, I want you to understand the professionalism behind all this. So that's my concern. Any questions you can ask, any clarifications or value additions you want to give, I'll be very happy to hear it.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, the session is open for discussion. You can clarify your doubts through chat box or unmuting the mics. I repeat, the session is open for discussion. You can clarify your doubts through chat box or unmuting the mics. Hello, good evening, sir. Hello.
Yeah, Vajit Khan, Dr. Vajit Khan, please.
Yes, sir. Actually, I just want to know what is the difference between a research project, research proposal, and consultancy work. So, what is the difference between these?
Okay.
One topic is the research.
Yeah, I understand. So I'll tell you three things. One is research proposal. Another is project proposal. And another is proposal for consultancy. The research proposal, it bothers about doing research on a specific problem area. That's all. But when I say I am giving a project proposal, it is not only research, I will be participating in implementation of the solution. Not only giving input to the decision making. I will be into the implementation aspect also. That is project proposal. And the consultancy is, there are multiple problems in multiple domains, and my expertise in that specific domain will help you to handle small, normal and big problems now and also in the future perspective. So in consultancy proposal, the credentials are who are the other similar companies you are giving consultancy services, your direct expertise on the domain you are proposing. So it need not be for a specific issue. It is bigger a domain as such. But project proposal, fabrication, analyzing the present scenario, suggesting what should be done, and prototyping the solution, implementing the solution. So this is again, but both the project and research for specific aspect. But consultancy, it's a term based, 1 year, 3 year. So there we focus on rapport. There we will be playing with our credentials and contacts, expertise. But other things are more into a specific problem domain. So that's my answer.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
So this is Dr. John Manoharan. In 2020, I got a sanction from ICSSR for one title. But due to pandemic, I think so, I never got the funding. But the sanction letter had come. Whether if I write a letter, I'll get the funding from the agency, sir? Right now. But I sent many reminders, but there's no response at all.
No. The thing is, again I am telling you, every year, no, see, unless it is in the key priority area of the funding agency, where every year there will be funding to such areas of study. Otherwise, every year they go for what is required in the society. And in most of the cases, it is very difficult to search for the backlog. Because the thing is again, see, for example, even Siddharth knows it better. Even in our university, when you give a letter, after 3 weeks, 4 weeks if you go, nobody knows where it is. And they will say, sir, give fresh one. So to my knowledge, the deciding members may be different and sanctioning members. So it is, you are living in a dynamic switchover community. So my suggestion is, don't ask it again. You say, sir, thanks for accepting my proposal, even though it is not implemented. I want you to use my services. These are my current proposals. So it is old food. So at least make some changes. Don't say it is I am giving the same proposal again. Make some modifications and you give it fresh. So fresh, getting through is easy. Backlog, again it's a problem because nobody wants to accept the guiltiness. They always want to cover. Somehow they want to cover. There is some administrative problem, or there may be problem in fund allocation, or there may be some difference of opinion among the top level. That may happen. But they do not admit to people. So again, because 2 or 3 letters, it will affect their ego and you will become more bitter. Almost take the sweet path. So in 20 itself, I was sanctioned a project, I got the letter, I really, and with that, don't say you haven't done a project, they have not allotted the project. They have sanctioned, that is enough. That is the sweet part. So take it and attach that sanction letter and give a new proposal. So go back. It is fresh. So it is like old wine bottled new. So that will work out. So don't try to hit on with their inadequacies. No Indian institution will be happy.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? We have another 1 or 2 minutes time. Good questions.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Doctor.
Suppose, sir, we are going to develop a lab, and for that we are going to write down the research proposal. So whether it comes under research project or it comes under research proposal.
It is not a research project. For example, if you are developing a lab for some specific purpose, to carry out some specific purpose, then it becomes a project. But if it's just a utility, it's a project.
Okay.
For example, I am developing this to support, say, Bangalore metro services or even your own university, some application. Then it's a project.
Okay.
But you have to bring in the application aspect also, lab, and that you can add it into your budget. So I am going to do this. So for example, I am developing zero water discharge into our university. For that I need a lab. Then the entire cost should be if it should be a project. Else it's a research.
So, sir, I just want to know what is the minimum amount for research grant and what is the maximum amount for research
It
grant?
depends on the agencies. It depends on the institutions, sponsoring institutions. Yeah. The one, the upper lower bound, they differ on, and it's kept flexible each year. So that depends on the agency, the institution who is going to sponsor. And to my knowledge, any private corporate money is not a bar as long as it is going to give them real benefit. I'll tell you, there's one RISE research center in Bangalore district, and 75% of the research funded by private organizations, private corporate bodies from Philippines. So, even we don't know what they have found out, the entire thing goes to them. So they fund the people, they exploit the content, they keep everything confidential, take it, and Philippines get benefit. So, for corporate, a real thing, money is not an issue.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, it's almost 9:30. So, sir, shall we stop here, sir?
Yeah, okay, we'll see tomorrow.
Yes, sir. So, on behalf of Final Education Institute and on behalf of all participants, we are very much thankful to our resource person, speaker, sir, for his very informative session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. And
Thanks, sir.
at least carry home to that, you are accountable to global society and harmony, and all your words should be very carefully used. Good night. Have a nice day.
Good night. Good night, sir. Good night, participants.
Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Night.